Elusive still inside a kitchen, but Lagonis has him cut off. Diffuser in hand, but the time is ticking away and still ground full control. Not there for Team Liquid. Rounding the corner now is Benja with the P10 Roni in hand. He can't collect anything, but here comes Doki.
Oh, no way! Doki up for the flank inside of King's Dogs! We have an interrogation! In the opening round, G2 show their mettle! They're just having a laugh. Lagonis, the last one! And he is surely doomed to die.
Disaster now for Team Liquid, the opening round. Not going their way whatsoever. The Vultures start to swarm around him. They can give it one, but not two. Benja to close out. Yet another pick for G2 and the first round in the series.
Have a look at this. Doki's just playing this really passive game. Oh, he's actually made his way back into Master. Benja finds the opener with a C4. But hang on, here comes Volps and Palu straight into the site. G2 somehow managed to find one out of it. Alamau, he's got a kill. Benja's doubled on down, and Team Liquid, a nice attempt, but Alamau says absolutely not. Palu with it all to do inside of the site. 4 players to find. He's picked by Doki. G2 take absolutely no prisoners.
Nice off position for Alamau, but he's flashbanged out of his position, forced to retreat back down to the stairs. 2 Liquid players now have entered into the building, but might not realize they can still see through the little footsie holes. Nesk, though, he's completely away. He turns around and collects a second.
The timing was perfect there for Nesk, and now Virtue, he's got no clue what's going on. Doki and Benja to pick up the pieces in a 2v5, but it could well be knife flawless for Liquid. Poor Benja, 7 kills, 0 deaths. Surely that's about to change. An 8th kill for him, but the cutoff from Volps. Liquid are finally on the scoreboard. It's like, once again, Liquid have found an opening and they're sending it down. 2 players have made their way down the freezer stairs. Now it's a very awkward position to push while the wall is open. Benja, he's broken double digits in just 4. Benja's just been straight farming. Nesk is waiting for over-aggression, but I just don't think that's going to happen. G2 are cold as ever.
Yeah, they're playing a discipline game, even in 5-on-2. Look, they can give Nesk one, that's Virtue. He's looking for his first. Isn't able to find it, but Alamau is...
Yeah, Benja to close. My God, double digits, 11 kills. He is having a ripper of a game already. Stabbed inside a kitchen. The site has been forfeited by G2. Players above will now look to deny the plant.
A little bit of vertical control, though, might spell the death of them as the plant starts to go down. Nesk able to clean up Blur, but as the execute comes forth, it's going to be on the retake of G2.
Well, it might be possible now. Virtue's found one, but okay, with that, surely it isn't. Doki's been taken out above, and it's a 1v4 for poor Virtue. Liquid, their most dominant round yet. Resets locks it in. And on the back of the technical pause, Liquid have a response into the trap of hard hunting these roamers. Instead, they've got some information, and Nesk has been enabled on the back of a drone on side, but he goes down to Alamau. Liquid do manage to find the opening pick regardless, as Alamau has finished off Nesk, and Volps is going in for the trade. He finishes off what was left of Alamau. And now Liquid look to convert the site control they have attained for themselves. Benja, an airball C4, and Volps has shut down Blur out of the site, all up to the Dane, and he's not gonna get it. Liquid tie up the half, 3 rounds apiece. Wall, and Nesk is trapped in a corner.
But do they know that he's even there? There's no way they're going to get a drone, and it's like they try to drop the E-box hatch, but Nesk can collect one,
no.
a second, a third, to his name as G2 funnel into the defense of Team Liquid.
Oh, he's just insane. He finds a 3K, but G2 do find 2 kills out of it. It's up to Blur and Virtue, but Nesk, 4 kills, can't be a 5th. But it might not matter, Virtue's not going to be able to clutch the rounds. Team Liquid have stolen the lead.
Though, in the hands of the attack, so it's just going to be used for cover.
Oh, but Virtue, he goes a little bit too deep, a little bit too early, and he loses his life to the Showers player of resets. Now Benja is going to have to do what he does best. Doki now brings out the bearing, and he's going deep inside of the site. No, that's not the bearing, that's the sniper! And it doesn't matter how ranged it is. He'll find some kills with it regardless. Palu, though, does find Benja. The trade comes through once again. Every now and then, you just have a Doki round where he puts the team on his back, and we might have found one here. A 4K will be required for the Scott. as Lagonis is holding on, but I think Doki knows, apparently not. Lagonis saves the round there for Liquid.
Tough position now for G2 with only a minute ticking down. They need to formulate and execute. They need to make their plan known. And Ness to take down Blur does not help their mission. Bob's looking for the flank, but he whips the shots as Benja's able to 180 and take him down. Virtue for the second, but traded back by resets.
Here comes the execute from G2, but it seems to fall a bit flat, and Nesk and Palu to double down at the end of it. Out of seemingly nowhere, Liquid have found 5 rounds in a row. Team Liquid are asking themselves the same. Last-ditch effort now for G2 as they prepare for their execute. Income in the nades from Benja. There's a player who's just sent it all the way straight from the rear side. Benja falls, and Liquid have staved off this defense incredibly well. Volps to find one, to find the double! Can you hear the cavalry calling? Liquid, with 6 rounds in a row, have just stolen their map pick. We'll go to a quick break, but Liquid have put G2 on the ropes.
Formulate around the bomb site. The diffuser is in the hands of Blur, who's quite far inside of this Geisha Repel at the moment, so there needs to be a little bit of time, a little bit of enabling, but it's Virtue to make his way in first.
Yeah, there is a reply as Virtue goes down. However, G2 have doubled down. Even numbers now. Doki's inside of Geisha. G2 not looking able to get the plant down anytime soon. They need to get inside this building as Alamau swings inside, but easily waits, resets on the other side. What a pre-fire though from Alamau. Nesk and Volts to step it up, but Doki is there to shut down the star player from Liquid. It is all up to Volts. He opened up this round. But can he clutch it now that Blur looks to force this diffuser down? No ability for denial through the floor. Goes for the impact, but surely won't be able to find the angle. Oh, he does get the down, but Doki's there to reply. After 6 rounds of drought, G2 finally get themselves back in the game. Stealing these rounds that they shouldn't be able to get. Candela's ringing out. Doki's getting aggressive, and Palu shuts him down at the run-out spot. And the opening is now for Liquid. There is a reply, however. Never count out Alamau with that SMG-12. Well, as I say that, he goes down to Nesk, and Benja feeling a bit of pressure.
These walls are still remaining closed for Team Liquid, so they're going to feel a lot of safety, but the next point of contest is going to be the pesky Valkyrie behind the Dragon statue. He's able to collect one, and the second onto Benja. 1-on-4 now for Virtues. He's able to trade it back, make it a 1-on-3, but not before Nesk is there to claim the final one, and yet another round for Team Liquid. The ground floor, Volps to be, of course, the first point of contest, but that leads them into the welcome arms of Palu. Now they're going to try and hit the bomb site straight, but unsuccessful as Lagonis is there to meet them on the other side.
What do you do? Blur the hard support. Just find one, surely deny the flawless round. Every kill here is a stat pad, but the round itself seems like a fruitless endeavor. There's Nesk once again to get the round. And at least Team Liquid have got at least one fan to cheer for them.
Being oppressive through the early to mid round and directly putting his face in the attack.
I love how Liquid are just not over-aggressing. They bide their time. They wait for that nade pin pull. They punish Benja. Doki now trying to make his way up the back stairs, but Nesk has found a kill as well. It's devastating for G2, though Doki might be making it possible. In comes the Aussie. Virtue finds one, and the numbers have been even for G2. As I say that, Nesk once again. Oh, he has been phenomenal this series so far. 6 kills to just a single death on Skyscraper. As Alamau gets in, the Brazilian on G2 makes his presence felt. Doki now in the site. He needs this opener. Lagonis has been taken low and finished off. It's all up to Nesk now, who must clutch up, but the Scot says absolutely not. G2 have tied up the scoreline at 2 rounds apiece. Yeah, he's surely going to find a kill. Just around the corner, it's Nesk. Palu actually the first to fall. Doki gets the better of him. And in come the Candelas in response. G2 are ready to execute, and Doki's the first one in. Lagonis flashed out, Virtue even as well. The G2 are just waiting around the corner. Oh, you're so lucky to find that one, Virtue. All up to resets now in a 1v4. G2 have woken up here on Skyscraper. Doki gets a bit aggressive, but surely the round is done here for Liquid. Resets has found a double and brought the round back into the realm of possibility. G2 forcing that plant down. Alamau is on such low HP, but all G2 have got to do is cover in the post plant. Surely not Resets. He's making the 1v4 look so winnable. And he's going up against his Brazilian comrade. There's no way. Resets to ace to 1v4 to take the lead. Rarely resets. And he is just, I mean, that's a career-defining moment right there, to take the lead, to steal a round away from G2 on their map pick. This is the last thing that G2 want right now.
Defenders have eyes on the...
That's such great composure from Resets. He was going down as well, right? So G2 don't want to play this one too quick. They want to be cautious, take their time to actually dissect this defense. But here comes Virtue from the other side to backstab Lagonis.
G2 have found that man that they were looking for. Nesk and Volps, two of the stars for Liquid, now have to clutch in the 2v3. Volps is just hiding all the way in the back of sight. And G2 have made their way in. Nesk gone for a flank, but the flash from the Blitz might get the better of him. Alamau runs away, but he is watching this flank. Surely Volps is going to push, and indeed, Nesk gets taken down. All up to Volps now in the 1v2, but that diffuser is down on the ground. He's got to find them both, but Alamau, he ties up the half for G2. They're still very much in this game. Where's this Candela going? Just straight into Garden. Palu's going for a vert nade, but there's no information on the back of it either.
Oh, Resets, he's just tried to come up the hatch, but is met by Blur on the other side. Control of the bomb site still for G2 as Liquid tried to go for something explosive with the Amaru, but to no success.
This is a very strange attack, but Liquid might be making it happen. Lagonis is in the site, and well, Volps has found a kill coming in through Geisha as well. Lagonis is struggling to find the player he's looking for, and he loses his life. G2 are bringing on back 3 versus 2 now. But Nesk is not finished having his say. It's just him and Volps now in the 2v2. Benja, the only full HP player left alive in the server, and he's just biding his time.
That's exactly right. The remaining 2 players of Liquid are within the danger zone. Very low as cheese. Virtue's able around the corner and collects both of them. G2, a defense round on the board. Throughout the entire map, in fact, and actually try and find the weakness. Resets has just got some massive value there out of that shot.
Oh my
Take down the mirror window. What are you doing, Resets? So caught lacking his Doki's run out at him and take him down on the drone. Thank God Rolfs is there for the trade.
That logic bomb goes for a hunt. Virtue, man, he's been 6-0 since this rehost. He's having a fantastic time. Oh, he gets another head. 3K on the round. Looking for his 4th. Lagonis denies it and gets another one. G2, you've already lost 1 4v1.
Lagonis trying to make his way in.
There's info here for G2. They know exactly where he is. But he sneaks past the crossfire. He spots out the player. Not again. Lagonis. You've only got 1 player left to find. Diffuser in pocket. Valkyrie cam down. Plenty of time to work with. Blur no C4 in pocket. He has to play this perfectly. He moves on up. It's a fake from Lagonis.
15 seconds.
Is he going to steal his nerve now with the DMR? He's got to land this shot. Blur is here. But Lagonis, he's already found 3 kills. Can he make it a 4th? Blur says absolutely not. Not here, not now. And they take the lead once again. Oh, Palu is still alive and still putting pressure here on G2. Who's rounding that corner? Benja. You got to land those shots. He doesn't manage to get it against Resets. And G2 on the ropes, caught out.
Doing really well here is the sweep for Team Liquid. As they start to traverse their way through the top floor, the next point of contest will be these backstairs in this hallway, the power position, as Volps tries to flash it out. Nesk off the back of the line scan to Ring True is able to collect yet another one for Liquid. Now man advantage 4-on-2 on their favor.
Oh, Doki's looking to try and retake those main stairs. It's just him and Alamau left. Liquid could slow down now, try and drone out these positions. Both these G2 players have taken damage, and while Doki's lost his life. All up to G2's Brazilian to face 4 Brazilians of Liquid, but it's not going to happen. To form a set piece. 2 players outside of Geisha window in Lagonis and Palu. A Thatcher Thermite combo. But here's Resets. And in goes the Finka, in goes the Amari. He's there with the SMG-11, but Palu goes down first. It's not all that it was cracked up to be for Liquid, but I don't think G2 have any idea that Resets has made his way in the site. Doki on for the trade, but it's not done yet. Lagonis is there for another. 3v3 now. Just waiting now. They know they don't have to make the first move. Lagonis and Nesk have regrouped, and there goes the Adrenal Surge. Volps walking into the barbed wire. Surely Alamau gets this. No, absolutely not. Volps finds the kill, but he is the last man standing for Liquid. The only one standing between G2 and a map. As G2 have found themselves in a position far too many rounds now, forfeiting a man advantage. Volps trying to bait out a peek, but so sustained here is G2. And Doki locks it in. Map point now for G2.
An engagement just outside of this Dragon window, doesn't quite find the kill that he's looking for, and decides to fall back instead. But here comes Volps once again in the middle of the bomb site, but shut down by Alamau.
It's all up to Lagonis, but it just wouldn't be right if G2 didn't send us to map 3. Theme Park is required to settle it. The battle for revenge is not over. G2 have got a hell of a lot more in the tank, and we'll see it after this quick break. Is on this rappel for break room. And Palu's looking to breach the wall to give Volps a deep angle onto the site. G2 highly aware of the position, but Volps opens the equation. He finds a double! And Liquid have completely stolen the show here. In the opening round, it's just Doki left to 1 versus 5. As Lagonis starts to force down that diffuser. Doki is about to meet a Bullets, and it doesn't get much worse than that. Volps, a 3K in the opening rounds, and a flawless one to boot. On the map. 3v5 now, and Alamau's going searching. Benjamaster has been droned out, but he's still on this roam inside a drug. Alamau also having been droned now, and he's going to start smoking up this doorway into side. Virtue has fallen. It's all up to Benja and Alamau, but Team Liquid are looking unstoppable. Let's see if they can convert in the execute. Alamau to try and hold on site. Benja waits on his position, but he has been hunted down. Alamau to deny the flawless round, but 12 seconds, he's gonna have to survive. Palu's not gonna let that happen. Liquid with 2 dominant rounds in a row. He's got a lot of control here inside a drug lab. It looks like Liquid are aware of these roamers above.
That's something we haven't even spoken about yet. Yes, it is a repeat of the ground floor bomb site, but G2 have completely changed their philosophy.
Oh, here
all
we
these
go.
rotation tunnels in the top floor have enabled Alamau to select 2 to himself, but not before being traded back by Palu. Virtue, though, can get in on the action to take down Nesk as Volp starts to...
G2 find their first. Oh, but the shoulder peaks are so troublesome for him. The flash, the execute. Volps can immediately get C4'd, I guess. Benja gets himself. And G2 waiting as well on the other side. A great crossfire. Blur just wants to peek it. He doesn't want to forfeit the kill. He does anyway, but Benja's there. Medane to get G2 their very first round here on Theme Park. Very little so far this round, but here it finally comes. Virtue finds the opener onto Nesk as the attempt to push in through Cafe is thwarted, but immediately responded upon from Liquid. Alamau has taken down Palu and made break his own, but Team Liquid are certainly not done yet. They are continuing to battle for map control. And they've got the numbers back once again in their favor. It's all up to Alamau now. 1v3, and the clutch will be called upon. SMG-12 in hand, but Volps's is simply better. We found it last round. It didn't help G2 convert. Let's see what Nesk can do. He finally moves in on the back of his Candela. He's been playing mind games with them all day long, but now he makes the entry felt. The E1D roars on out, but Blur has taken down Volp, so G2 can maintain the numbers advantage. Resets with this DMR is tasked with dueling 2 players on the yellow stairs, but Blur gets the better of him. Nesk immediately traded back, and Benja! He comes to life in the server for G2. Blur has to sustain the full force of Liquid as they flood into the site. They've got Furnace control, and this plant is about to go down. Not a single wall breach, not a single player fallen in the server. G2 immediately changed that, and here's the cover from Liquid. The defenders have become the attackers, and they do a damn good job of it. Nesk has got to cover, and he does it for Liquid now. It's all up to Virtue. As Palu, he's got the better of him, and Liquid steal the site and steal the round.
Calling what they're droning and what they're doing, and is going to call to their top floor players what's going on. Now, I think G2 have changed their plan completely, and they're going to hit the bomb site instead.
Oh, but Alamau goes down first. Benja can trade it on back, though. And this is now possible, or it was for a fleeting moment. Nesk has now made mincemeat of G2. Liquid relied on such a pivotal player once again, and he pulls through. It's all up to Virtue in the 1v4. He finds Nesk finally. Puts a stop to his reign of terror. They have the diffuser within their clutches. It's only a matter of time before Virtue gives him the final kill. He jumps straight on inside. And Liquid once again dominates.
While the diffuser in the hands of Blur is just outside of the break room. So it would indicate to me that G2 are looking for a much more direct attack onto the bomb site. Vops has just missed the push of Benja as he creeps his way up the stairs.
Ah, but it's all gone downhill for G2. Doki finally finds their first kill. Oh, he's absolutely insane. The 180 flick may have just saved this game for G2, but resets once again. Delivers for Liquid. This really is just a 1v1 on this side of the map for Benja. He's sneaking on the Danish operator. The Danish player is looking for 1v1s, but that's an angle and a half from Lagonis to serve up a match point for Team Liquid, as Liquid simply waits for G2 to make their move. Doki's got to turn it up. He's got to have a Doki round now. Not a single kill, not a single engagement has occurred yet. And in the 5v5, it's a playground for Volps. Team Liquid are doing it. They're making it work. G2 relied just on Benja Master. And it's all done. They care not for world champions or super teams. Team Liquid are on a quest for revenge, and they've got it. The Brazilians are through to the semi-finals in Copenhagen.